What is up, friends? Kenji back again for another edition of Drafting with Numot, MTGO Traders style. And we've got another Legacy Cube draft for you. What am I going to draft this time? I don't know. Cards I like. Hero of Bladehold, Liliana Des Majesty, Nahiri, Hostage Taker, Primus, Dismiss. What am I feeling today? What's the feeling? Maybe a little Liliana, try to go Reanimator style. I could see doing that. Planeswalkers are pretty good options to start things off anyways, so maybe I'm going to take the Liliana here and see if we can build a nice Reanimator deck. Make that a little bit bigger. What follows well after that? Hypnotic Spectre, Murderous Cut, Cold Steel Heart, Careful Study, also pretty nice for the Reanimate deck. Individually good cards, Tireless Tracker, Unexpectedly Absent, Monastery Mentor. I think I like taking the Murderous Cut here and trying to wheel either the Hypnotic Spectre or the Careful Study, both pretty good. Cut, nice utility, and in a Reanimate deck you can put a lot of cards in your graveyard, so I think Cut's going to be my choice here. Ooh, a Hymn to Turok. It's a nice third pick after taking what we have already. Passing maybe a Duplicant and a Bone Shredder, which I imagine wheels, but Hymn is just so good and annoying. Target player discards 2 cards at random. So oftentimes you can cast this on turn 2, or if you do cast it on turn 2, you kind of just get your opponent. You know, maybe you make them discard their only land, or takes their only early game play, stuff like that. It's just super annoying to have random discard effects, and why a card like Mind Twist was so powerful back in the day. Pack number 4 has a pretty nice one here for us, the Scarab God. Not only is it just a great win con by itself, but it is a really good way to reanimate some of your other creatures that you get in the graveyard. Otherwise, we're looking at a card like Dissolve, Duress, Sky Sovereign's fine, and even Garruk Apex Predator, but hard for me to pass a Scarab God. I think predominantly the Reanimator deck is heavy black, and then often playing with it either blue or green. Another really nice pack here as we get a Necromancy, Thirst for Knowledge, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, and a Collective Brutality. All cards that I would enjoy playing. I think if I'm going to go hard Reanimator, I think the Necromancy is probably just the correct pick, but Collective Brutality is not only a good enabler as, you can escalate, discard some of your fatties, but it's just a very powerful effect. That being said, again, Necromancy. Just take the Reanimate effect right now off the bat. Alright, pick number 6, got some good ones. Isreth the Awakener, Phyrexian Arena, Buried Alive, Stratus Dancer. I know we're just going to take the Buried Alive here. We already have Necromancy, Scarab God, and Liliana to reanimate, so Buried Alive seems like a good pickup. Hexmage also quite good. I could see taking the Mimic Vat here, but Hexmage just has so much utility in this format. Whether you're removing counters from a Planeswalker to straight up kill it, maybe there's a Stromkirk Noble, something like that. Hexmage does a lot of work. Did not wheel. Oh no, this is pick 8. Okay, perfect. So we're going to take the Drowned Catacomb over Dread Return. I think Dread Return is one of the least effective ways to reanimate in this cube, but still a fine one. Going to take the Catacomb here for the fixing and hope that we get, Woodfall Primus next pick? Nope, no Woodfall Primus, but we do have a Hostage Taker and a Wretched Confluence. Going to take the Hostage Taker here. Could take Dromoka for the Reanimate. Dromoka isn't a bad one to reanimate, but I think the Hostage Taker is going to do a little more work. Don't get me wrong, Confluence is great, but I think it's going to be a Hostage Taker for me here. Hypnotic Spectre wheeled, as did Careful Study. Both good pickups. I think we have a decent number of ways to get cards in our graveyard right now. We have the Buried Alive and the Liliana already, so I'm going to value the Hypnotic Spectre here over the Careful Study. That way I can play a lot fewer blue sources than black anyways. Graveyard Marshal, probably just putting that to the sideboard. Scrounger and Serendib Ifrit, again, not the go-to cards you're looking for in the Reanimator strategy, but holy moly, wheeling Collective Brutality was insane. Wow, our deck is great. This is just pack 1, and I am very, very happy with the way this is already turning out. I mean, we're looking for like Grave Titan, Shuldred, Grizzlebrand. It can even be any. It can be an off-color fat creature too. Just something to reanimate at this point because our shell is absurd. We have 12 cards if you count the Drowned Catacomb out of the first pack alone. So, good start. Okay, Languish, Forbid, Liliana. Forbid's a nice one, even though the mana is prohibitive because the discard buyback is quite good, right? You can bin your fat creatures and then reanimate them later. Because our game plan is just splashing blue, I think I'd rather take a black card here. And it's probably just going to be Disfigure, honestly. Liliana tends to wheel, as does Languish, and just having some early interaction for the aggro deck seems fine. Not a great first pick, but after our initial pack, I'm not going to complain. Really wish the art of the Planeswalkers would show up. It's been a bug on Magic Online for quite a long time now. We're just going to take the Obnixilis. No fat creature for us to reanimate, but another Planeswalker is acceptable. I mean, push comes to shove, we just build a straight-up blue-black control deck with some random reanimator value, right? Because Necromancer, you can target either graveyard, and you don't have to get something like a Grizzlebrand to make it worth it, right? Just necromancing, a value creature seems fine. So no complaints with how this draft is started. Alrighty, next pack with some goodies here. Ancient Tomb, very powerful card. I think it's less powerful in this Legacy cube, and our mana requirements are a little bit prohibitive, so not going to take it here. Then we have a Biomancer, Slaughter Pact, and my choice for the pick, Frost Titan. Do need one of those fatties that I was talking about earlier, and Frost Titan's a good one at that. As we get another pack with no big fatty that we're looking for, but some fine cards overall. Sword of Body and Mind, Careful Consideration. Let's go with the sword here. Can turn just our random cheap creatures into very potent threads. Sword of Body and Mind, one of the better swords in the format, just like the Sword of Feast and Famine is. I think Umezawa's GTA is the best equipment, but Sword of Feast and Famine and Sword of Body and Mind are right up there. Good pack here for us. We're going to take the Mere Battlesphere as a reanimate target over Angel of Serenity. Could also see taking the Inferno Titan, but I think the Mere Battlesphere is a little bit better. It's also just, castable in our deck. Okay, Fatal Push versus Inquisition. I like the disruption of Inquisition more than the Fatal Push removal. I think we have a decent number of removal spells as it is, and so Inquisition is going to be my pick. Okay, pretty easy Nighthawk, especially good with Sword of Body and Mind, and just a good card in general. Ooh, Dragonlord Silumgar, also a very good pickup here, holy moly. I think this is one of the better creatures in the cube, just because there are so many high-value targets, be it Planeswalkers or opposing creatures. Okay, well, we wheeled everything as expected. Again, I don't really care for Liliana. I'd rather have the access to a card like Languish, even if we don't end up playing it. Wouldn't mind picking up like an Underground River, but Polluted Delta. But can't really complain with this start. Again, our pack 1 was absurd. Our pack 2 has been moderate. And hopefully our pack 3 is just as good as, if not better than, the first two. Alright, what else we get on the wheel here? A nice little Tameo. The double blue might be an issue, but definitely one worth considering. I'm going to put her to the sideboard for now. The difference between the double blue on Tammy and the double blue on Frost Titan is that, I can reanimate the Frost Titan. Slaughter Pact, a fine pickup. Obstructionist, okay as well. I mean, there's like slight merit to taking Nicol Bolas, I guess. Okay, fine. Just in case, we get some good fixing, it's a possibility. Angel of Serenity. Talked about it when it first came around, but it's not a bad reanimate target if we want to do that. But from the look of things, I think we're just more of a value deck right now. Blue-black value control-ish than anything else. I don't think we're full-on reanimator, mainly because I don't really have the other reanimate effects, animate dead or reanimate. Gifts and Given is a very good wheel as well. If I pick up like, what's it called? Unburial Rites, we can do the combo. Well, unfortunately, you cannot reanimate Emrakul. Or you can, but it doesn't do anything in my particular deck. You can actually Necromancy Emrakul, but it doesn't work without haste or end of turn. Actually, no, Necromancy sacks at the end of what? Cleanup step, so that doesn't even work either, so probably not taking that. It looks like just a Malicious Affliction here, or maybe a Bloodstained Mire. I don't have the duel right now for Mire to be great, but there's still a possibility. I think the safest pick is just the Malicious Affliction, so we'll do that. Tetsamok, Chainer's Edict, Compulsive Research. I'm going to take the Compulsive here over the Chainer's Edict. And yeah, maybe we'll Chainers anyways. There's a Polluted Delta, just jamming that. A lot of good cards in this pack, but Delta is the perfect land for us. Prowler's fine, Downfall's great, Miscalc is good. Old Man is fine as well, but the double blue is prohibitive, so Delta all the way. Delta, Delta, Delta. I'm liking this deck. If we could get, let's see, Watery Grave or Underground Sea, that would be the dream. But as it stands, I think we have a really nice one. Only card I'm not sold on right now is maybe like Isareth. As we get either a Draina, Liberator of Malak here. It is a good card and can beat down pretty quickly. Shelllock Isle, another really good one, but I'm not sure if I want to take it when I'm running so few blue sources and then I go for the throat. I think because we have so many playables, it's still okay to take the Shelllock Isle, but it might be a little bit hard to enable that because, like, how many black sources are we planning on running? Probably at least, what, 12, 13? Which means the Shelllock is still playable, but it's just kind of awkward, so I'm going to take it, but it might not be the best. Ooh, Massacre Worm and Sundering Titan here. I'm actually liking Massacre Worm a lot more in this format than Sundering Titan. I do think Titan's great, but this card just wins games a lot of the time. Noxious Gearhulk, Toxic Deluge, Necrotol, all very good pickups. What removal do I already have? Disfigure, Slaughter Pact, Brutality, Malicious, Hostage Taker, Obnixilis, Murderous Cut, Frost Titan, Silumgar, Massacre Worm. I think the Toxic Deluge is one of the best black cards, but since I already have so much removal, I'd rather take the creature removal spell in Necrotol here, I think. I don't really want another expensive card in Noxious Gearhulk, so let's take the Necrotol. And boom, another piece of fixing here. Gonna take that easily over any of these other black or blue cards, which are all good, don't get me wrong. But again, fixing is premium. Oh, baby! And that is a 8th pick Watery Grave. Boom. Wow, good mana, good life. So we take a sideboard Liliana. Yeah, that was sick. Now our Polluted Delta finds both colors, and the Shelllock IL is much happier. All these blue cards much easier to cast. Because now we can only run, we could run, you know, as few as, what, 2? I think? 2 islands and still have a really solid one. Sideboard Tetsamok. Wow, this deck turned out real good. How good is Una's Prowler now? Again, I don't have that many ways to actually reanimate anymore, so it might not be the pick. We didn't see Reanimate or Animate dead. I think we'll take it, but we're probably just instantly cutting it. Really solid deck. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Didn't see anything to go with the gifts. Oh, you know what? I could even run the Tamiyo now because our mana is so good. I could see cutting Disfigure, I suppose, instead, and running the Tamiyo. That might be a thing. I think Tamiyo is better than Liliana, for sure. Could also run Draina. Draina ends games pretty quickly. Oh, there's a Living Death too. The thing is, the Living Death is actually not all that great in our deck. Wow, and the Noxious. Reason being is, we have so much removal, we're going to kill all of our opponent's creatures, and then Living Death is a little bit awkward. I mean, it can be a nice fail-safe, but again, not the true Reanimator deck, so I don't think it's what we want here. That being said, a lot of our creatures have, or some of our creatures have good enters the battlefields ability, so maybe it's still okay. Again, Disfigure being the most likely contender for a cut if I do want to run any of those other cards. So Noxious, Living Death, Draina, Tammy. These are my considerations here at the top. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need them. I think I like running it like this and just playing off the sideboard if necessary. Alright, so splashing 5 blue cards, but we got basically the perfect mana. So let's add like 2 islands tops. Then we can go 10 swamps. This gives us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue sources. I like that. And let us submit the deck, and we'll see how we go for round 1. Stay tuned. Here's round 1 with our blue-black value / pseudo reanimate deck. Won the die roll. Gonna play first, and unfortunately cannot keep a 1-lander. Good hand though. This is a keep, but we do need to draw some action. Gonna have to bottom the Liliana here, as we do need some lands or cheap creatures. I'm gonna lead with Swamp instead of Delta. Maximize our chances of drawing a land, so I'm not going to thin out my deck just quite yet. Alright. Hopefully the opponent's not also mono black, otherwise Malicious Affliction's not going to have any targets. Channeler Initiate, okay. Yeah, I'll probably just disfigure that creature. Black-green with some ramp. Did draw a land. I could just Necromance either Channeler Initiate. I don't think that's a bad play. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get the Watery Grave too. Gives us something to do. Also ramps us. If I draw a land next turn, I can actually play Sword of Body and Mind and equip the Necromancer, or sorry, the Sword of Body and Mind. Opponent on Jund. They might just kill their Channeler Initiate if they have another removal spell. They did. Kolagon's Command, discard a card. I guess I'm discarding my 6-drop. Alright. Well, opponent has 6 cards in their hand, and I have 1, so not super confident. Although Obnixilis will be a really good one if we can find 1 more land before the opponent has too much going on. They are missing lands themselves, it looks like. Garruk Relentless. Yeah, that's not great for us. Make a 2/2. Oh, Sheldock Isle. It hurts. Tap land hurts. Ooh, let's take a Scarab God there. That seems real nice. Liliana onto the battlefield, or onto the bottom rather. They hit their 5th land. And a Vraska? Oh my gosh. That's not good for us. They might even just blow up my sword. Yep, they do. Into a wolf. I'm just going to take the... well... actually, no. If I kill the wolf... prevents 2 damage, and it also saves Obnixilis from taking extra damage the following turn, so... let's play Obnixilis, draw an extra card. Lose a life. And we're actually 1 mana away from casting the Battlesphere. Drawing extra cards also puts us closer to Sheldock range, which is good. is the problem. The opponent just still has so many cards in their hand. Wow, Jund Walker's over here. Uptick, make a wolf. Uptick, Vraska. Presumably uptick, Domri Raid. And that's only a draw card if it's a creature, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we get 2 draws at a land next turn for Battlesphere, which does a decent job of gumming up the ground for us. Frost Titan, okay. Let's draw that card. Him. So, Frost Titan actually not great here because of Vraska, but I think I'm okay with that trade if that's what happens. So we'll tap down. I could actually tap down a mana, a land, which might not be completely awful, but I think instead we're going to tap down the wolf. And that way if Vraska kills Frost Titan, Ob Nixilis only takes 2 damage this turn. Alright, they whiffed again on Domri. Let's see if they have a way. They do. Okay, well they're just going to Doomblade, it looks like, my Frost Titan. So maybe Vraska is going to be used to kill Ob Nixilis here. Okay, Garrick makes another wolf. Yep, Vraska took care of Ob Nixilis, so that's fine. Vraska off the battlefield is actually pretty good for us, as we do hit another land. And again, him would be really good here too, but I just gotta put out the defenses and play the Battlesphere here, I think. So not next turn, but the turn after, we will have Sheldok available. Because if we get the Scarab God online, then I think we're in pretty good shape. Domri misses again. So Mere Battlesphere can kill the Garrick here next turn, if I want to. Although I am in a little bit of a precarious position. Alright, Dark Confidant. Yeah, I might just have to sit back instead. Ah, Murderous Cut, that was a great draw. Okay, so now instead, I think I attack Garrick. That Domri, though, is definitely an issue. They might mass block. We'll see. Alright, so attack Garrick, tap 3 Mir, kill it. And now there's no reason for them to block. And let's see, I'm going to draw an extra card next turn so I can... This is actually going to be really, really good. I'm going to be able to steal the opponent's Domri with Scarab God, reanimating Silumgar. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Oh, wow. That's really good for me. Okay. I am very happy that they're trading away here. That's excellent for us. Now we get to him to Turok them. Grave Titan Wormcoil Engine discarded. Wow, 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 wow. So many good hits for our Scarab God next turn. But I think I'm just going to pass here and let Dark Confidant tick up again. Or rather, draw them an extra card. I'd rather save this for a more problematic threat. Alright, they drew a Blooming Marsh, which is going to enter tapped anyways. Bloodbraid Elf, okay. Cascade into. Oh, Umazawa's Jite. Blech. That's pretty good. I don't think it's going to matter, though. As we basically win next turn. Wow, I wish they had drawn one. Oh, please draw. If they draw a creature here, then I get to, oh, dang. Then I get to use Sheldok Island end of turn. Wow, that was actually huge. Really wanted them to hit. Yeah. we'll just chump, buy some life. And again, I'm not going to disfigure quite yet. Or rather, Murderous Cut quite yet. So let's draw a card for the turn. Let's activate Sheldock Isle. Play the Silumgar for free. Sorry, the Scarab God for free. Go get Silumgar. Steal their Domri. Ultimate. Oh baby, what a play. Give all of our creatures the emblem. Double strike, trample, hexproof, and haste. Whew, lordy. And yeah, might as well attack in here for 18 damage. Wow, that was insane for us. They're just going to take it? They might even die to the Dark Confidant now, if they just hit something that costs 2 or more. Ballsy. Oh, they hit a land. Lucky. Not that it mattered, they just scoop. Holy moly, what a turnaround. That was a sick game. We were doing nothing for so long, and then bleh. Turns out Scarab God is a good card. And what did I say about Silumgar during the draft? The bee's knees, thank you very much. We didn't actually see too much from the opponent. Like, I don't think it's worth bringing in the languish, because all of their creatures that they made were made off of Garrick, so. Fine hand here, a little bit slow, yes, but fine. Leave the Sheldock Isle. And let's do it again. Let's get the Scarab God. Frost Titan, Buried Alive, and a land. Swamp on the bottom now. It was a great game 1 for us. Do they have anything to do? They do not. Nice. Alright, that's really good. Alright, they have their natural colors and a chromatic lantern. It's a good one for fixing. Let's play our Drowned Catacomb and play out Mr. Spectre. And if they don't have a way to kill this, then we're just going to start eating their hand. But they might have Vraska or something. No, Channeler Initiate's not what you need here. Ah, but an ultimate price will finish off the Spectre. Okay. So we are in land pass mode. I actually think I made a mistake there. I probably should have played an untapped land. Reason being is I'd be able to Murderous Cut end of turn. Because we know they have like Wormcoil Engine and Grave Titan. So I'm going to get slightly punished if that's what it is. No. Huntmaster's still kind of annoying too, for what it's worth. Oh, decent draw there. But I think we're just going to Liliana uptick. Gets us a 2/2 blocker. It also makes us, or it also lets us get closer to the Scarab God with Sheldock Isle, and we still have Slaughter Pact open as well. And we milled a Swamp and a Dark Slick Shores. Okay. So still holding open Slaughter Pact. Next turn we have like Disfigure for Huntmaster plus Obnixilis, which is pretty damn good. Okay, as they play a Garrick. I can eat the zombie and transform, but that's not too much of an issue. I'm more worried about the tutor effect that they can do later on. So they play a Dark Confidant. Alright. So assuming they attack Liliana here for 4, which is what they do. Massacre Worm would also be a huge draw. Hostage Taker, not bad. Certainly. Let's start with an uptick on Liliana. Mill, Necromancy, Malicious Affliction. Then I think I'm going to hostage taker here. I think I like taking their Dark Confidant. And just casting it. Could also hold up Disfigure plus Murderous Cut. Actually, I lied. I'm going to pass here with Murderous Cut and Disfigure. We still have Slaughter Pact in our hand, yes, but I want to be doing Scarab God things next turn. So I'm just going to pass here with mana open, even though it is obviously very, very suspicious on our opponent's part, or in our opponent's mind. What do they have for 1 black here? Oh, they're just removing a counter off of Initiate, sure. Okay, Raging Ravine, make a Death Touch Wolf. That is all A-OK. And then a pass. So they're hoping their Huntmaster flips if they don't cast anything. Nope, the Master of the Wild Hunt. Alright, that's fine. So we'll disfigure the Huntmaster. Go ahead and Murderous Cut the Master of the Wild Hunt at end of turn, since they have nothing left in hand. And then we can mill with Liliana. Actually, let's see. Mill the Dragonlord Silumgar. And a Vampire Nighthawk. Opponent has 1 card in hand. Alright, let's just do the same play. Let's play the Scarab God. Let's reanimate Silumgar. Let's steal their Garruk. And then we can uptick and threaten Overrun next turn for the win. GG's. Yeah, our deck was firing real hot there. Woof! And that was a great match 1. Let's go to round 2, my friends. Here's round 2 of this Legacy Cube draft. Let's play first, and I'm gonna keep this hand, but really need to draw a blue source. We do have turn 2 Hex Mage, but if we find a blue source, we get to just curve out pretty spectacularly here. Birds of Paradise, turn 1 from the opponent, alright. Into a Devoted Druid. Do they have another land? Or do they keep a 1-lander? Oh man, land! Damn. Don't get to punish the opponent, which would be huge. If I had any removal spell here, we'd be in great shape, but we missed a land drop and they have the ramp, so. Problems. Problems. Yep, darn it. And now they just pull so far ahead as they get a mountain and a forest. And a Findhorn Elves, jeez. Well, you can understand why the opponent kept a 1-lander. Oh, and we're just getting very unlucky. 3 draw steps, no land. This looks like a match where we're going to bring in Languish, for sure. Is this all of my blue cards too? I think I've drawn every single blue card. 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent has access to 8 mana right now. Sure, why not? Tarka, kill my Hexmage, you got it. There's nothing to remove counters from, so it's irrelevant. Oh, now you want to draw a land, and it's a tap land. Jeez. What would I need to draw here? Because presumably we're just going to be dead in 2 turns. Had that been an untapped blue source, we might have had a chance. I could compulsive, discard some fatties, and then reanimate potentially, but Ugh, missing that land drop was... Well, missing 3 land drops, 4 land drops was really hurting. Like, if I just had a turn 1 disfigure for their Birds of Paradise, oof. They wouldn't have had Devoted Druid until, like, turn 3 or 4. Oh no, we might just get biorhythmed. This is where Toxic Deluge would also be insane. Right, scoop them up. We don't have anything that we can draw. Taking 12 damage there as well. So, name of the game, draw land. I think that seems pretty easy. Just draw land. I guess we can cut the Buried Alive. I'm actually surprised I still kept it in the deck, actually. In the main. Alright, game 2. Let's not get mana screwed. As we have to mulligan a 1-lander. Back-to-back 1-landers here. Down to 5 we're gonna go. Unfortunate if this deck just loses to mana screw, but that is a thing that happens in Magic. Wow. Alright, let's keep this 5 and hope that there's a land on top. Disgusting. We have good early removal though for any of their creatures, but that really sucks. Alright, no turn 1 dork from the opponents. That was 3 1-landers in a row. Pretty gross. Green Sun Zenith for 1. Alright, they're going to get a mana dork here. I'm going to Collective Brutality, kill their mana dork, and look at their hand for an instant and sorcery as well. Discarding Silumgar. Ooh, we hit the Kadama's Reach, which is great. Leaving with 2 lands, Hornet Queen, and Master of the Wild Hunt. So now we just need to hit a blue source, and I think we should be okay. Or we could miss more lands and back-to-back games of screw. Fire off the kill there. Alright, well, unlock Slaughter Pact. Still need to find a blue source. Forest and Channeler Initiate. If I don't kill that, then they can Hornet Queen potentially next turn. So I probably do just kill that. Hope to buy some time. I mean, I don't love the play, but I think it's correct. Man, this sucks. What do you got? 5 mana Slime. That's fine. I mean, I need a blue land anyway, so killing a swamp's not that important. Perfect. Alright. That's compulsive. Discard. Definitely discarding Inquisition. Man, this sort of Body and Mind is so good, but I think we just discard the Sword and the Inquisition. Opponent has Hornet Queen and 2 unknowns in their hand currently. Alright, what do you got? Hopefully not Primal Command. Green Sun for 3. Okay, so this is probably just getting another ramp spell, yeah. So they get Hornet Queen next turn, so I need to find, like, land and Massacre Worm. Ooh, that's really good. Alright, we're going to wait a turn, and then languish their entire board away when they cast Hornet Queen this turn. Nice. Come on, just jam that Hornet Queen. Give Daddy a chance. Let him back in the game. Yes! 1 card left. in their hand. Boom. And so if we draw an island now, I think we're sitting pretty. Or actually any number of spells are when we're sitting in real good shape. Fauna Shaman's annoying. Actually, I don't know why they played the Wood Elf if they were just going to Fauna Shaman anyways. They probably should have saved the Wood Elves for Fauna Shaman purposes. Did you really draw a Tarka off the top or something? Oh, Nissa. Blech. Alright, we're going to take at least 4 here. If they attack with Fauna Shaman, I will trade. Yep. Take 5. Island? And we lose. Man, what a really frustrating match this was. Kept a 2-lander on the play game 1 and whiffed for 4 turns. Then mulligan down to 5 with a 1-lander and just get beat. So even Silumgar doesn't save me, even though he's in the... Actually, Silumgar saves me if I draw the Reanimate spell for Silumgar. Oh, and 4... Okay. Alright, well, I'm pretty upset that we lost like that, but hey, you know, that's magic. We'll just have to play round 3 and get them. Alrighty, round 3 incoming after a very, very sad round 2 where just magic happened. But very good opening hand here for us in this round 3 as we lead with turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Hexmage. Opponent is playing, whoa, 4-color control. Well, we have Hexmage to take care of Liliana, so I guess I'm going to take the counter spell here, even though they can't cast it. You could easily take, you know, Sleight of Hand or Brainstorm, but I think taking the counter is right. Excuse me. I think we have multiple ways to deal with Lily. Okay. Buried Alive, the draw. Oh, I forgot to change that up in sideboarding. I'm going to go ahead and lead with the Hexmage here. So they play their Summit. Pass the turn. Let's attack for 2. And honestly, I'm not even going to play the Buried Alive. I'm going to hold it for Liliana in case they decide to... make me discard, or make both players discard with her. So let's just pass. Maybe they Brainstorm end of turn. Which doesn't make much sense if they don't have a way to shuffle or miss a land. Okay, there's the Lily. Might just make me sacrifice a creature, that's fine. 1-for-1 trade is no big deal. And we will just pass the turn again. 3 mana, 4 mana. Oh, they drew a Flooded Strand. Shoot. So that means they're likely to have Teferi next turn. Well, our hand was great, but not anymore. I'm just going to run out the Necrotal as a beater. Something to pressure their Jace and their Teferi. Because now if they don't uptick with Jace, then I can kill it the following turn. Assuming they just play Teferi here. Spirebluff Canal, okay. I've got 6 cards in their hand now. Ugh. Our hand is real bad versus their control deck. Oh no. If we go 1 and 2 with this deck, I'm going to be real sad. Alright, there goes the Brainstorm. Their deck looks sweet though. Good control elements, some planeswalkers. We do have a very good card versus planeswalkers, but who knows, man? Who knows? Plateau. They're just missing the green. I like their deck a lot. Not playing anything out. Okay, that's probably bad news for me as well. Ooh, alright, I'm gonna go for it. That was a good draw. Not surprising if they have another counter here, of course, or like a Snapcaster, but that's fine. Alright, so it looks like they just don't want me to equip this turn. And I'll go ahead and attack. If they have another Teferi, so be it. I'd be very surprised. I like that use of Force Spike, though. See if they have anything end of turn. Careful consideration. All right. Often, or most of the time, you main phase that card as if you cast it at instant speed like they're doing, they actually have to discard 3 cards, but it makes sense if they have other things to do as well. Holding up different counters and whatnot. What the heck? They discarded Stroke of Genius, Consecrated Sphinx, Dragon. Oh my god. That is terrifying. If they have a Thoughtseize here too, that would be sick. No, this is something bigger. This could be Teferi. Indeed it is. Alright. Let's see what they do. Alright, they're going to tuck the Necrotol. Collective Brutality, the draw for me. They still have 4 cards in their hand. Alright, I'm gonna look at their hand and see what they got going on. Dismiss Nicol Bolas. Oh my god. Gross. Alright. Let's Braid Alive. Thin out our deck. Put them... Well... If I do this, I'm actually giving them Scarab God targets, but... 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, they can uptick Teferi, play Scarab God, and then activate Scarab God. Yeah, never mind. I'm not even going to put anything in my graveyard. I'm just going to shuffle. I think my out... No, that doesn't even work because they have Silumgard in their graveyard. Ugh. Ugh. We are just getting trounced upon. Yeah, there's the Scarab God. There's the uptick. This is not going to be an easy game. I don't even know what I can do here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to scoop, preserve information, and then we get some better choices after sideboarding. Their deck looks real good. We want to bring in Tammy, Lily, I think. Draina, even like Graveyard Marshal. Take out Disfigure, Affliction, Buried Alive, Necrotol. Could even just bring in like Scrap Heap Scrounger for Massacre Worm. Isareth is just another random creature. And then take out like Slaughter Pact, do it like this. Try to go a little bit more aggressive versus them in game 2. But I don't think this is a particularly great match, or at least game 1 wasn't. I think we're going to have a lot better chances after sideboarding here, because it doesn't look like they had too much removal. They just had a lot of planeswalkers and counters, but if we can resolve something underneath them, we probably have a chance. All right, game 2, round 3 versus the very nice 4-color control deck from the opponent. We have another pretty good hand here, though, as I get to lead on Inquisition again. And then we have 2 creatures to kind of pressure them early. Doomblade into the Royal Stroke of Genius. All right, let's take the Doomblade, as it does kill Scrapheap Scrounger. There's their Summit. Then we get to play our Scrounger out this turn. Start beating down. They do have an Into the Royal, which they can use to buy a little time, but that's not so much an issue. They also need to draw lands. Like, if they don't draw lands, their hand just doesn't do anything. Shelldock. Exile. Ooh, Dragonlord Silumgar seems very good. And play out the Hexmage. Just beat them down. Might see an Into the Royal here, end of turn. But we do not. Okay, no plays. And we drew a good one in the form of Collective Brutality. Alright, let's attack for 5, see if they royal here. And let's choose 2 modes, reveal their hand, and lose 2 life. I'm gonna go ahead and discard the Swamp. I actually tapped really poorly, because they can Into the Royal my Hexmage in response here. Oh, but they chose the wrong creature. Nice. Not sure why they did that. As we steal their careful consideration. Alright, we got lucky. Opponent bounced the wrong creature. Yeah, we're just going to kill them with these 2 creatures. Good stuff. Well, hopefully. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, they know they made a mistake. So they're probably going to Stroke of Genius here for 1 at end of turn. As they do, alright. And if their best line is just Scarab God and hope it's good enough, then we will win the game. Indeed it is. Alright, great. And we can afford to play around days. We're doing this at end of turn, though, to make sure they don't get it back until the end of my turn. Alright. Scrapheap Scrounger, Vampire Hexmage, and a few interactive spells. Good enough for that one. I think we're just running it back and hoping to do a similar thing next game. Got pretty lucky there to have Inquisition and Collective Brutality. Ooh, 3 5-mana walkers in opening hand is not going to cut it. Come on, game 3. Oh no! No lands! Alright, well, this hand's pretty darn bad, but gonna keep it, I guess. Oof. This is not the way we wanted this draft to go. It's just lots and lots of mulligans with no lands or 1 land. Sad face. Alright, draw the Swamp for the turn. Let's play the Shelldock Isle. Hit Scarab God. If I draw a double black card now, I won't be able to cast it this turn, but I think it was correct to still play out the Shelldock there, because that's our only land that doesn't enter untapped. And truthfully, if they don't do anything, I'm probably going to Hostage Taker on turn 4. Oh, they have a Vendilion Click in hand, it looks like. If they're stopping on my draw step. Yep. Alright, sort of body and mind, maybe? It entirely depends on what's in their hand, of course. They might just not even take anything, not even care. Funny thing is, if I hostage take their Vendilion Click and they kill my hostage taker, they get the trigger again. Do they want anything? I don't think they care about Sphere. They might take Liliana. Sword is viable. And of course, Hostage Taker. It's a non-land, so we'll see. I do get to draw something if they do take a card, though. Which is not the worst, of course. Replacement. Ooh, they're having a good long think about this one. Calculating out their turn, sequencing their lines. And they did decide to take the Sword of Body and Mind after all. Alright. They'll just play land pass. I mean, they have like Dismiss and Counterspell in their deck, so not feeling great about our position, but what are you gonna do? Gonna jam it. Ooh, they are gonna dismiss. Okay, well, Liliana can bring that hostage taker back in a pinch, but remember, they know that I have Liliana, they know I have Battle Sphere, so if they're dismissing the hostage taker, I'm going to assume that they have another removal counterspell in hand. But again, I don't really have much of an option here. Oh wow. Okay, I'm just gonna uptick because they have so much open mana. We'd rather wait a turn if we want to go bring back the hostage taker. I'm actually very surprised that resolved. Oh, but they have a Teferi. So I guess if they just have a removal spell here. Ah, they don't though. Okay. We do get to chump and protect our Lily for another turn. And every time we get to uptick Liliana, we get an extra activation, or rather, we're closer to activation of Shelldock Isle. Yeah, let's just uptick again. Mill Inquisition and a Swamp. Play out Draina as well. Now remember, they can flash in a creature at end of turn because of Teferi, so definitely not out of the woods yet. Flash in Karanos? Oh my, that's insane. Reveal counterspell? Alright, I'm going to assume we're dead here. The thing about Teferi is that it actually neuters the Shelldock Isle, because if I try to Shelldock Isle any time other than main phase, I can't actually Scarab God. Oh boy. Yeah, knowing that they have Counterspell in hand makes this real awkward. I'm gonna have to go for the double block here. I don't really have much of another choice. Did we really resolve it? Oh my, okay, that's really good for us, as it also takes off Karanos as a creature. And that means I can now use Shelldock Isle at another time. Ooh, they're also casting Careful, so if they don't play another blue land and I draw land, I can Battle Sphere. Oh, actually our Shelldock Isle is active too. Oh baby. Do they have a island? Damn, they do. Okay. So we're still in a bit of a pickle here. I think I do bait out the counterspell with Hypnotic Spectre though. Okay, I guess they don't care. We might just lose Hypnotic Spectre to Karanos anyways. Yeah, as they reveal Nicol Bolas. Bleh. I need them to tap out. So they play Nicol Bolas here. That's what we want. Yep, there's Daddy Bolas. They might kill my Shelldock Isle here too, which doesn't make any sense, but oh yeah. Kinda gonna get him. Kinda gonna get him here. Boom. That was very good for us. And then we can upkeep, get back Hex Mage, and Hex Mage kills Nicol Bolas as well as scries for us. Gonna bottom the land. Damn, that would have been a good one too. So we can hit them for 5, kill the Nicol Bolas, and cross our fingers. Oh, that might actually just kill me. Jace Beleren plus 1 more pip will finish me off here. It'll turn Karanos into a creature. Silumgar doesn't quite do it, but they are holding up a counterspell, so that's going to be GG's. Alright, friends, unfortunately, we went 1 and 2 with a deck that I thought was really, really good. Obviously, in round 2, we just got completely mana screwed. And then in some of those games there, we also mulligan down to 5. But I thought this was a really powerful deck. A little bit unfortunate that we ran into some magic issues, some mana issues. I guess those are magic issues, but I think overall, very, very powerful deck. And more often than not, I would expect a 2-1 or 3-0 with this deck. Obviously, we rolled low and hit the 1 and 2, but again, variance is a part of Magic. Still fun to draft sweet decks like this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Legacy Cube. Don't forget to check out all of my other drafts here on the Magic the Gathering MTGO Traders, Magic the Gathering Online Traders, that doesn't make much sense, MTGO Traders YouTube page. And as always, you can catch me on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/NumottheNummy, every weekday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome MTG content just like this. And make sure to tap the bell icon to be notified whenever a video is made live. If you want to keep watching content, here are 2 more videos for you. This video and many others are sponsored by MTGO Traders and Cape Fear Games. Buy and sell digital singles to build your online collection today with MTGO Traders, and get your paper singles, accessories, and much more from Cape Fear Games. Whatever your Magic needs, both places have you covered.